วัสดีจอร์จทุกท่านครับ
สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีทุกท่านอีกครั้งหนึ่งนะครับจะขอเริ่มการแข่งณบัดนี้เลยนะครับ ทีมแรกที่จะนำเสนอแผนธุรกิจในวันนี้นะครับ คือทีม Gather ครับ ทีม Gather จะมีเวลา 10 นาทีสำหรับการนำเสนอแผนธุรกิจนะครับ และอีก 15 นาทีในการตอบคำถามจากคณะกรรมการครับ โดยเราจะรักษาเวลาตามกติกาอย่างเคร่งครัดนะครับ ผู้คุมเวลาของเราจะให้สัญญาณเมื่อเหลือเวลาอีก 3 นาทีและ 1 นาทีก่อนหมดเวลาครับ ถ้าพร้อมแล้วก็เริ่มการนำเสนอได้เลยครับ
ขออนุญาตที่เป็นภาษาอังกฤษนะคะจะเริ่มเลยนะครับ Hello, we are Gather, and Gather is a complete platform for scheduling group activities and meetings. In today's world, where collaboration is one of the keys to success, and especially for a student where there are so many group projects to work on and friends you need to meet. So scheduling for us is not really just for work, but it's an integration between both work and play. But do you remember what it's like every time you need to schedule a group meeting? Well, from our survey of 360 participants, 20% of group activities are cancelled or postponed, where group activity in this case refer to going out with your friends or project meetings. So why does this happen? First of all, if there is no initiation in the first place, then there will be no meeting. For example, people might not want to look assertive or be the first one to pick the date. And even if there is some initiation in the group and there's no engagement in the group, then there wouldn't be a discussion that leads to picking the right time everyone is free. And lastly, sometimes it can be hard to come to a conclusion, especially when everyone's schedule clashes. And in some situations, we might just postpone the meeting for forever. So 65% of university students we interviewed struggle with group activities and meetings. And the main pain points are 1. Finding the right time when everyone is free. 2. Member can be unresponsive, making discussion impossible. And 3. Sometimes you never know who's coming until the actual date, and it is very hard to confirm their status. As Gather is tailored toward casual scheduling and student lifestyle, we will first focus on having a strong user base of CU undergrads, which is our university, where this can be our early adopter. And to make it clear, this is not exclusive to CU and is not made specifically for any group of people, but we will first focus on the resources we have. And next, we will expand it to more groups of students in Thailand. And we also believe that we have the ability to scale into the global market with roughly 580 million users. So what exactly is Gather? You can think of Gather as a personal assistant, and our system will act as a middleman in scheduling appointments. And we can initiate the scheduling process by giving initial suggestion dates and giving more suggestion if there are any clashes so that the optimal date can be picked, making sure that it won't stop there, and conclude the agreed upon dates and time to make it clear for everyone. Gather will also remind you and will integrate with your calendar of your choice. So we manage, organize, and optimize your scheduling process so you can do more and talk less. We will focus on these three values. 1. We find the right time so you don't have to. 2. We provide efficient and engaging user interface and simple system that user can use easily. And 3. We make it simple and clear on the status of everyone so no information will be lost in the chat. To conclude, we make scheduling group activities simple, responsive, and clear. Let's say if you want to schedule a meeting with us, you can invite us. You can create an event and invite us to the system, and then you can put in additional information. Then Gather will find you the optimal time for our meeting that everyone is free. You can also find the events your friend created easily by clicking the link they sent or scanning the QR code. And there are also options to make the event public so that anyone can join your event or browse for the location of the activities you want to do. And to make it clear, we're not just an app, we're a system, and we will also provide the option to open it in website. And our projected revenue stream will be from three main sources: premium subscription, advertisement, and in-app purchases. For premium subscription, users will get personalized function to increase the organization of their calendar. So it's cute, trendy, and also organized, which is what many people want. For example, in the survey and interviews we did, around 10% of people are willing to pay for this. And we will also collect money from extreme users that use a lot of the function. So that's our second benefit from having premium subscription, which is unlimited usage. And there are also fee points to be spent in in-app purchases. And for as a social platform, we can act as an advertisement space for events and activities or shops. So they can boost the post or boost the event to reach more people, where advertisement in this case is not pop-up ads. That's annoying, but it's increase the likelihood of people seeing it, and it's like a personalized ads. And for in-app purchases, there are things like theme and sticker users can spend on to decorate the app, decorate the calendar, or even just put it in the chat. So our goal is to finish the minimal marketable product in the first year and launch it as beta. Then we will introduce a new feature, which is the browsing of location within the first year of launch. And then we aim to have at least 10,000 users within 2 years of launch. And we projected that to break even, it will take 2 years and we can start turning in profit. As a platform, we need to focus on making users use it, because if the users don't use it, then it wouldn't work within it. So we can use many different tactics, such as free trial, word of mouth. But the main thing is that Gather is not just an app, but it's a community where users interact with each other and with us so that we can improve together. And in terms of market positioning, you can think of us as like a mixture between team management platform and social media, where we will balance the trade-off between casual and organization. And we will also provide or integrate with system like calendar system, scheduling system, or event platforms. And what make us stand out in the market is basically we found out that there's a big trade-off between casual scheduling and simple scheduling and organization within. For example, if you can, for most casual meetings, we will use social media, example Line, and we will just keep sending message back and forth many times until we get the right date. But this lacks structure, and people who are not paying attention can be lost. Like when is the date exactly? And for a team management, it's often used in the more formal environment. For example, a long-term project you really put in a lot of effort. So people wouldn't use this for casual scheduling. So we are looking to combine between the two, providing casual, simple, but still organized system. And we are unique because our focus on the social bonus and the funness of it. And we also use smart systems to reduce the workload of the user. So it's not like they need, at the end of the day, for a scheduling platform, they need to still do the workload and then put it in the platform. But we help the whole process. We are confident in our team, and we have the skill needed to make this a reality, because our team consists of both art, business, and technical side. Although we might lack experience as we are young entrepreneurs, our team strength lies on the ability to learn and adapt very quickly. Our cost structure in the first year, or our projected budget, will be mostly spent on platform development, which is 587,000 Thai baht. Thank you. And if you think of scheduling, you can think of Gather, together and up. Thank you. ขอบคุณครับ
ต่อไปจะเป็นช่วงตอบคำถามจากท่านคณะกรรมการนะครับ กรรมการจะเริ่มถามคำถามและเราจะเริ่มจับเวลาทันทีที่มีการถามคำถามแรกนะครับ
Hello.
Hello,
Could you
hi.
please give us a clear example of the use case?
Okay, for example, in my friend group, this is a really good example because we did a focus group on this, and we are like a group of 8 people, and we really need to find a date. Where in this case, it's not like people are not responding because they don't want to go. We make it clear that everyone here want to go, but the problem is we are all from different faculties, and it's really hard to find the date because our schedule are very different, and we need to keep sending messages back and forth, and there are so many people who don't respond. But our observation is that people respond to DMs and posts we created. So we implement a system, and the prototype we did is operated manually. For example, we act as a system, and we use the line bot, and then this is just for prototyping process though, not the actual final system. We use it to ask everyone's calendar or ask them for the time they are available, and we align it up, and we make the optimal suggestion on which date to pick. And if there are many clashes, then we can see the likelihood of someone being able to be more flexible in their calendars.
What do you think is your first competitor?
So as you can see from our competitor slide, there are no direct competitors, but there are a lot of many indirect competitors. For example, just there are effective solution to this. For example, they can just keep on using social media, like Line. So I think moving from casual scheduling, moving from like casual talking back and forth to the system can be one of our major concern. But because we're not just an app, we provide like a simple system they can just click on the link. This will increase the likelihood of them switching. And as it's a lot more effective, there are so many people in our interview that said they are happy to try. Yes.
So you're saying I see a lot of competitors, right? But I'm asking you the first, even though you don't have any direct, right? But in your mind, what is the first competitor that is closest to you?
It's Line and calendar apps.
Line and calendar apps. Okay, thank you.
But for calendar app, it's not a competitor in that sense, but it's more like we can work with them more than like a competitor. But yes, there are some apps that might be our competitors. It depends on the functionality of the calendar apps too, because these are categories but not specific app. Because we put it in category because there are so many out there.
So how is it better than, for example, Line, they have poll, right? Our company, we have 30 people, and usually we vote on the best date. So how is this gonna be better?
That's also there's two cases. The first case is if everyone needs to find the date, everyone needs to go. So it may be like an important work meeting or going out with friends that require everybody. For example, it's an activity of eight people need to go. In this case, everyone needs to vote on the same choice. So it's impossible for everyone to like split their vote and just choose the one people pick the vote most. And in second case, there are so many times that vote is not effective at all. First, not everyone votes. And second, the vote can be unclear. For example, if there's no clear winning choice. So at the end of the day, people need to still discuss a lot, and not everyone is involved in the discussion process. And when we asked if they want to take part in this process, they said they are. But there are three main issues: is some people are shy, or they don't want to join the chaotic discussion in the group. And three, they don't feel like it's important enough for them to go put more opinion on it. but at the end of the day, they do want to go. And when we ask other people in the group, they said yes, they want everyone to go. So it applies to this case.
Okay, can I have the next questions? My questions would be around the exploration of your target users. So basically, I have no objection of setting your beachhead market to be the graduate undergrad students, because that's why Facebook's also started their platform with. So I have basically two questions. The first one would be around how do you choose the interviewers to get their insights? And second question, it's do you have the persona or the customer profile where your beachhead market is targeting on?
So this project, this startup started from our personal pain point. So we are a clear persona of it. And from our interviewing process, we first do like a quantitative analysis, as you can see from. Let me switch the slide for a second. From this. For this slide, we first do a validation on our idea by including group activity that is not just for students, but the age from every age group. And we found that there is a pain point in group scheduling activities, and high percentage of it are from students. So we interview further with students, and the interview we did are students for mostly university students from every faculties. And for example, there are some faculty with more project meeting, more group project. So those faculties are our main persona. And our persona is directly, I think we made it very clear that it's targeted at a university and upper secondary student, but maybe more towards university student because they have a lot more group projects, and they have things like reunion, and everyone is in different university now, so it's really hard to meet and find the right date.
Thank you.
Can I go next? Well, I wonder about your technology platform or the supporting platform behind your application. Can you elaborate a little bit more, and how do you plan to scale it when you have more customers?
So you are asking on how the system work, right?
The system, the supporting platform that you use, the software.
Oh, okay. So for this prototype, the main concept is not an exact representation of our final idea, where the final system is, you can think of it as like many layers of operation, but these are not done manually. We will make a program for it. And the easiest way to explain it at first is to get everyone's schedule, to get everyone to integrate it with calendar apps, where calendar apps are often can be exported as a calendar exchangeable file, which is .ics, and then we can export that from the choice of calendar. Or if they don't have a calendar, we can ask them to pick the date, and then we use everyone's schedule in the group to align it to find the right date. And if there are any clashes, this brings us to the next step, which is for the system to find the if the meeting can be shifted into the date everyone is free, or if someone can reschedule. And after that, we can introduce a more complex level of machine learning and artificial intelligence, especially evolutionary algorithm, to detect people behavior. For example, this person might be more flexible and changing, so we are more likely to give the suggestion on changing that to them. So this makes it a lot more easy to find schedule rather than sending messages back and forth in chat.
You have someone in your team that would take care of this?
Yes, I myself, I'm not really deep in the technical side, but I do take AI courses. And in our team, we have two developer from engineering faculty, where one focuses in AI and one can do the front end, which is the technical side for website and app development.
Okay. That's all I have.
May I have some questions? Thank you very much for your presentation. I think it's quite interested for the way you guys doing. The question is how long had your team was in gathering together for these projects?
How long we've been working together, right?
Right.
Yep. So this project started 6 months ago, where our main things we did are mostly market validation, interviews, and lots of prototype. But these prototypes are manually operated, so it's not an exact representation. But it does give users the idea of what it is, and we can get more insight on if this kind of system will work. And we also collect a lot of pinpoint to really narrow down our persona. For example, we found out that for adults and students is really different. Like the scheduling style. At first we think, yeah, scheduling is for everybody, but it's not, because for adults they have a lot more rigid scheduling, where student work and life, work and play and personal stuff are still kind of the same thing. Our colleagues, our teammates are our friends too. So it's more flexible and less organized than adults. So we also try to make the system more fun to be targeted at this persona too.
Yes, that's it good. That's it good. And another question is, some of your slides looking for something like 600,000 baht to go and carry on the project. So the question is, if you don't have that fund, is your team still going on it or just quit?
No, we won't quit. So for example, the protected platform development cost, this is like a buffer variance that we might not even need if we are able to do everything ourselves, because our team does have the developers, but like we put it in because this is like to make it more realistic, because like we also cannot guarantee if we can do everything ourselves. But if this case is really impossible, of course we need to learn everything ourselves, and we might lack skills to do something, but we have the ability to learn them because we share the passion for this project.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. May I have the last question regarding your unfair advantage of having your platform compared to others? Because basically, I think you guys know that the lifestyle tech, it's quite hard to gain traction, and it's very easy to change from one to another. So would you mind telling us about your unfair advantage?
I'd say ours, the unfair advantage is the really good understanding of the market. For example, yeah, you can think like, what if others start to do this, and isn't there already existing platform? There are not many targeted at this, because scheduling itself is often associated with work and not more personal life, where a good case study for competitors that are maybe more direct is Japanese, because in Japan culture is more like student lifestyle, and they have like student apps, where I think our main competitive advantage is that we have like a good understanding of what do we want, because we ourselves are the persona, and we can design UX UI that is suitable for this, because UX UI is really important when it comes to user switching between apps.
right? But just to remind you, when you have yourself as a persona, there might be a chance to be biased, since it's your own like favor, and then you deliver the solution for your own favor. So just that. Thank you.
Thank you.
ขอขอบคุณคณะกรรมการทุกท่านสำหรับคำถามและคำชี้แนะนะครับ และขอขอบคุณทีมข้อแข่งขันด้วยครับ ต่อไปขอเชิญทีม Gather พักผ่อนแล้วก็กลับมาพบกันอีกครั้งหนึ่งในเวลา 15:30 นาทีนะครับ ขอบคุณครับ
ขอบคุณกรรมการทุกท่านครับสวัสดีครับ